What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology of the Titans action. Spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Thor. His name is Makavelii. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Isis is MyIsisBestGod. The map is Midgard. It's currently 1-0 for Makavelii in this best of 5 series for the round of 64 Bill Gregg Open Age Mythology Tournament, the $1,000 prize pool. The map is Midgard, and we're seeing a change of gods for both players. We've got Isis for MyIsisBestGod. No real surprise there, he does like his Isis, but Makavelii deciding to go with the Thor. Now the big thing about this tournament is you get to see the maps before you load into them. Generally speaking, in past tournaments, it's been random maps, or and also the other option would be home maps. So you never really got to know what you were going into before the moment you start. So what giving the players the maps early means is they can come up with strategies to go for those certain maps and gods to pick for those certain maps. And what we were hoping for in doing this is that people would pick different gods. So we didn't want to give a god restriction for those people that only play one god, but we did want to give a benefit for those people that play multiple gods. So that benefit is blind pick, and you get to pick your god before when you see the map. Basically, you get to pick your god, and that's very, very important. And we're going to be seeing some good stuff here. Got a little bit of an idle village there. Makavelii does get that one sorted out really, really quickly. And MyIsisBestGod over here. Let's talk about what these guys can do. I think I talked about a little bit in one of the games from last night on Anatolia. But the general meta for these water maps is really hard booms on the land, on the water. So you get, really hard booms on the water. So you get somewhere between 18 and 21 fish. And then you grab per scene, the upgrade from your dock instantly, build a couple of longboats or trireme or cabinets, and you put villagers to gold in the classical age. That allows you to get to the heroic age at 8 minutes to 9 minutes into the game while building your archer ships. It's absolutely bonkers, and it's really difficult to beat. You can see we've got the 7 villagers on wood already for Makavelii, so that's standard. He doesn't really need that many more. He's got the second dock coming up, so he should be able to pump from that. And now we've got 5 villagers on wood for MyIsisBestGod. I feel like the best way to play this for Isis is you put 4 villagers onto the berry bushes, and you get the pharaoh onto the on the lumber camp. And when you get those 2 fish out instantly, then that allows you to get those constant village production. Get 4 villagers wood, 4 villagers gold, and then you put like another 3 or 4 villagers onto wood before putting onto food. That gets you the 21 villagers onto the fishing ships, and then 21 fishing ships out, and also the 5:30 to 5:45 instead of a later 6 minute advance, or even 6:30 I've seen. Of course, it's not a bad idea to put the pharaoh onto the food, but you really don't need it because you have the 2 fishing ships as well, which does give you the extra amount of food in order to have constant village production, and you get more and more food as you get those extra fishing ships. If we check out Makavelii right now, his boom is going really, really well here. Already has out 13 fishing ships as opposed to MyIsisBestGod, who's only got the 10. And you can see that is a big difference for why Thor is really strong on this map, because you can get that boom happening super fast. And now we've got the temple coming up. The other thing that you can do, though, apart from the fast heroic, is instead of putting villagers to gold, or you do put villagers to gold, but you can grab second town centers fast. The other option is to go for land attack. Now, attacking an Egyptian player, especially an Isis player on the land, is kind of suicide because they have access to monument protection from the god powers. So it's really hard to really attack them and get into positions. Got idle villager here, does get that sorted out very, very fast. Makavelii playing super well at the moment. MyIsisBestGod throwing up his temple, and it is very, very late. 4 minutes. If this temple takes, what's the build time? I should say it somewhere. Maybe there's too much text there on the temple, but I think it takes about a minute for it to build. So if you chuck it up right at 4 minutes, it's not going to be up to 5, which does mean you're going to be advancing in about 6 minutes, which is just a little bit late, and it's a little bit suboptimal. But It's going to be fine. You can make it work, and maybe the extra resources you gather from the villagers is going to allow him to get a second town center fast, or a fast heroic or something like that. More houses coming up for Makavelii. What god is he going through? We are seeing Freya right here. And that's going to be very, very good for him. Freya's pretty standard. We're probably not going to see Forseti very often on this map, but it could work, especially because you can auto queue Hersa because you have so much food here. And we are going to see Makavelii going straight for that second town center. Like I was saying, this is the other option. You don't need to go straight for the heroic age, especially as Norse, where you could be going for fast Ragnaroks here on this map. Given you have the extra food economy, grabs the town center. You cannot grab your purse scene straight away. You need to get that Ulfstark over here, but you can't grab purse scene straight away. Because you had to spend the resources on onto the town center here. What else is he building? Oh, he's chucking up a dwarven armory, so maybe he's going straight to the next age. If you can go through Skadi, it's going to be really, really good. What's MyIsisBestGod? We're seeing bars here. We're seeing monuments to the villagers. We've got a standard wood and gold mine lineup right here for MyIsisBestGod. So it looks like he's going to want to pump out some villagers on some cabinet ships here. Maybe is he going to grab Persine straight away? Yes, that's coming out straight away, so he knows the strat. And then he should just start spamming out those cabinets, and then villagers go straight to the gold mine, and he should chuck an armory down instantly. There we go. Really, really good play here from MyIsisBestGod, very meta. But this is the big difference here is it depends on how much damage you can do with those archer ships. Because Makavelii is grabbing this second town center straight away, he might just straight up give up on water and just make it a little bit tough for MyIsisBestGod to do anything. We are seeing some cabinets getting built as well. Town center is up. Wadjet Eye is captured there. And we also have Canopic Jar of Imseti, but that's not going to be that useful. Infantry for the most part for Norse will build pretty quickly, so it doesn't help that much. Maybe it's going to allow me to get out some Hostile fast. Maybe it would be worth it. We do see the Sphinx has spotted the Dwarven Army. Armory, not army. The Dwarven Armory. We are seeing some more of those dwarves coming to gold, and the Valkyrie is getting attacked here. Maybe time to stop. Maybe it could have been better for Makavelii to just switch to gatherers here. Maybe at the 10 dwarf mark, and he would have been able to advance to the heroic age right then and there. We are seeing prosperity does come down for MyIsisBestGod. A little bit early, but he does want to get out the he has been building archer ships, so he does want to get to that next age. So this is really, really smart. Going to allow him to get to the heroic age at about 8:30. This gold should come in. One more villager and then advance. So 8:30 will be it. So very, very standard play here from MyIsisBestGod. He really knows this map. And we are seeing the cabinets are doing a lot of damage, a lot of harass for MyIsisBestGod. So it's going to help him out quite a bit. But the big issue is going to be, what is Makavelii going to be doing here? He's going through Bragi. He's going to have some sort of response to the Nephthys from MyIsisBestGod. He's a little bit... Is he delayed or is he before? Makavelii's before for somehow. Really, really well played there. He's got the second town center up. He's got the heroic age up before MyIsisBestGod does. And now all he really has to do is somehow defend against an Ancestors Eclipse attack. It probably might have been a better idea for him to go Forseti here. And he's got the resources for it, and get out Hall of Thanes just so that he can get out a bunch of those Hersa to deal with Ancestors Eclipse. Because generally speaking, these fast heroics that Isis does on this map are followed up by Ancestors Eclipse into siege ships, into completely clearing out the water, and then gigantic booms basically, and it's just really difficult for anybody to defend against it. So we'll see what he can do, but we are seeing the market coming down instantly here, so we are going to be looking for a very fast a very fast Ragnarok flaming weapons strategy here from Makavelii, and this is going to be difficult for MyIsisBestGod to defend against. He's doing the damage, but what he needs to do is he needs to pick off villagers at this point. It's super important to pick off villagers here. If you don't kill them, then the Ragnarok is disgustingly big, and it's going to be 12 minutes, and the Rag's going to come. Got some idle dwarves here, unfortunately. He mustn't be aware of it because he's got the idle fishing ships as well. So he's not noticing this for a while here, unfortunately. We are seeing some of the dragon ships are coming out here, and the cabinets are doing this as well. And oh my god, what have I done? How do I do this? Please don't post spoilers in the chat as well. Alright, I will time you out. The doc is doing things. What's happening here? We've got some idols here still. We'll see what happens. I'm looking. It's looking like Makavelii is going to be able to get to the Mythic Age here at this point. So that's what it's looking like. So maybe MyIsisBestGod's best chance here is to do a fast attack. He's got another minute and a half to play with here, so he's going to have to think about what he can do. Maybe spam watchtowers is an option. He needs to get out barracks. I'm sure he's aware of what's about to happen. We're finally seeing the copper weapons coming out here, and that's going to be really, really good if you can get out a bunch of these upgrades while this is coming through. These weapons all have a 30-second build time, so you should be able to get out at least copper upgrades. Seeing all these fishing ships are going to be picked off, and I don't think that this fish is going to be much more helpful here for MyIsisBestGod. But Makavelii doesn't need this fish anymore. He's got the resources he needs. He's got basically all the copper upgrades, and maybe he's going to be able to afford copper or bronze pierce armor is going to be sort of important to push through all of this stuff. If we check out MyIsisBestGod, he's got 111 supply. He's really not spending those resources. He's got 700 wood in the bank. Really needs to spend that very, very fast. This Ancestors Eclipse is going to be absolutely useless. We'll see if he uses it as soon as he sees the Ragnarok, just to see if he can pick off some villages or something like that. We've got more villages pumping out for Makavelii at this point, and some army being pushed out as well. Makavelii is really trying to just stay here as best as he can. Here we go. We've got 85%. Balder coming in at this point, 90%, almost there, and we are seeing MyIsisBestGod making the push in on the water, but I don't think this is going to be enough. Even if he does manage to pick all this off, we're going to see the instant rag. We do see the instant rag. He's going to be moving forward. He's got Fire Giant out. He's got all of the rag heroes. 231 population to MyIsisBestGod's 136 population. We do see Ancestors Eclipse does get pushed out instantly here just before the flaming weapons. So this is going to be a nice fight for MyIsisBestGod, but Makavelli's got the complete counter to this army. He's also got a couple of Battleboar out, which is also a little bit surprising. And all of these minions will get picked off, but the minions may be able to pick off some of these weaker units, not the rag heroes. We've also got bronze armor here, except for the weapons. So copper weapons and bronze armor. So these heroes of Ragnarok are disgustingly strong. We have no upgrades just yet for MyIsisBestGod. And Makavelii is just going to flood right here. He's going to run straight through this Midgard stronghold. He's going to stop this town center from getting up. He sent a couple of his rag heroes up there. Then he's going to send some rag heroes over to this gold mine, over to this gold mine. Stop gold here. MyIsisBestGod is trying to get to the Mythic Age right here. He's got a little bit of resources here, and he really doesn't have that many barracks here. He doesn't have heavy axemen out just yet. He really needs that heavy axeman if he wants to continue here. He also needs he needs 5 more barracks or something like that. And here we go, moving in, trying to take out everything as well. And the barracks are going down as we continue here, moving forward. Flaming weapons comes in. That's going to pick off everything. Still not moving on over to this gold mine. So it's going to allow MyIsisBestGod a little bit more time to play with here. But he's really not going to be able to do all too much. Even if he starts spamming out the mercenary, the flaming weapons is out. We do see fortified town centers and masons has been researched, but the barracks are getting torn down just as fast as they're getting made at this point. You can see it's going down just as he gets made. And we are moving in with these rag heroes. How all in is this as well? It's very all in. If these rag heroes get picked off, then we will see Makavelii lose this game. But there's just so many rag heroes here. MyIsisBestGod sitting at half the population of Makavelii, yes. But he does have the fish eco. He does have the gold eco. So he may be able to keep pumping out units. If Makavelii basically just focuses down some houses at this point, that would be really, really big. We do see the houses are coming back up, more barracks getting thrown down for MyIsisBestGod, but it just looks like this is a little bit too much here for MyIsisBestGod. Makavelii still has enough to build a couple of villages as well, so he's not down and out. As soon as these rag heroes drop below the 145, he's going to start being able to build something more. Can you build that? Yeah, he's going to start being able to build houses, villages here as we see they start popping out. A little bit idle, need to get them to work, but he's going to move in, take down this fortified town center, force the population of MyIsisBestGod even lower. Now we're seeing more of those axemen popping out here. If you can get out like 30 axemen or so, he should be able to win this fight. He does need to think about getting out like his pharaoh and priest, but this town center is going down way too fast. We're seeing, I don't know what that was, but we're seeing the rag heroes move in right now. They're on top of the gold mine, and Makavelii, MyIsisBestGod, no gold left in his pocket. He's got 1,000 food, so if you go to the market, he can do some trading here. We're not seeing that one just yet. The villagers are going to be retreating out here. We do have forest fire, which is going to instantly kill the wall. The rag heroes should be able to chase this one down, and this is looking dire as dire can be for MyIsisBestGod. These villagers all going to get picked off instantly here. And then that's basically it for the gold mines of MyIsisBestGod. Really well played so far by Makavelii. We do see a bunch of these heavy axemen are out actually, so he's going to be going for it, but unfortunately he clicks on the fire giant, which is really not going to be good. They do basically no damage to that fire giant, as you can see, whereas they do a lot of damage to the heroes of Ragnarok. I believe they've got some sort of a bonus here, 300% bonus versus Norse heroes, which is really, really big. And the village is just getting chased down at the moment, and Makavelii should be content at this point, and his economy is going to start going. He's got some idle villages here, but that's fine. Just pick off the houses and pick off the rest of these villages, and that should be enough. MyIsisBestGod, it is a tournament, so you got to play it out, but this is a little bit dodgy. The transport ship into the corner strategy. It does allow him a little bit of breathing room, right? What can he do? He's got 2,000 food, 2,500 food in the bank. He's got a market alive. So he can trade. He's going to build another market here. But he can trade for something here. And she is doing. He's trading to get that those barracks up. He's going to try and get those axemen out. He does realize that Makavelii's score is not really increasing here, which means he doesn't have any economy. There are some villages here, and maybe we're just seeing the docks getting picked off, and unfortunately MyIsisBestGod isn't using his own boats to defend against this. Pick off all the docks, and that's all the food gone for MyIsisBestGod, and that's going to be difficult. We are seeing some more axemen getting produced here, but there's still the double battle ball. There's still the fire giant. So even if he got out 30 axemen, which he could do, he needs to get out houses and he needs to get out the axemen. And here they go. The heroes of Ragnarok have spotted the axemen. But even if he gets them all out, he's only got the same amount of economy basically as Makavelii here. I mean, he's got the fish economy, so he is a little bit more, but it's gonna be a challenge. He's only got, is this one villager as well? Where's the other villagers? They all died. So he's only got one villager left. He's gonna run that into the transport ship, and Makavelii knows, he doesn't care. He knows he's won this game. He's just clearing out everything, and MyIsisBestGod decides to tap out. GG, well played there by Makavelii. Really nice strat there with the fast Ragnarok. Instant second town center into a delayed third town center after the heroic age. Fast heroic age as well off 2 town centers, 8 minutes or so. Gets that third town center, spams more of those villages, gets the heroic, the mythic age out at like the 12-minute mark, like I was thinking he would get it at, and then flaming weapons and Ragnarok was just too much. MyIsisBestGod, he kind of made the mistake of going in on the water here. Instead of, basically the way you want to play it is Ancestors eclipse the base of your opponent as soon as you hit the heroic age. That way you slow down the economy of your opponent, and then you build out the siege ships and you move forward basically with the siege ships. You don't make that many cabinets, you don't make that many cabinets, but you build the siege ships in order to take down the base here. And after the Ancestors Eclipse is over, you basically just throw down barracks. You need to get out Axemen. You just build Axemen. There's no point in building a Migdol stronghold here. It is a waste of time. Just build Axemen, get the upgrades, get your copper upgrades or your mail upgrades, bronze mail upgrades, and also spam out priests because you need to pick off those myth units as well. And then if you can, after you've done all that, prosperity, you've already used it against the rock age, but like get the gold, build the towers and defend. And you should be able to defend against this. This strategy does not straight up win this fight here. But MyIsisBestGod just could not take it. Unfortunately, Makavelii takes this one. It's now 2-0 for Makavelii. So we'll move on to game number 3 and see if MyIsisBestGod can take that one or if Makavelii will win this one 3-0. We'll see what happens.